All right, now we're glad to be joined by the Carrington music students, and they're going to make their way to state competition. So thanks everybody for joining us here, and we want to kind of talk to the Carrington students here and see what they're going to be performing at state and get their thoughts on the state competition and how they did in regions and everything. So thanks everybody for joining us here, and of course they're under Annette Hovey, and so we're going to have Isabel up first. And Isabel Wendell is a senior here in Carrington. So Isabel, first question goes to you. So what are you performing at the state competition?
Yeah, so I'm in two groups. So I'm performing a trumpet ensemble called Alleluia by Mozart with my five other fellow trumpet players. And then I'm in a mixed ensemble and we're playing a song called Let the Spirit Soar.
I'm also in the mixed ensemble for Let the Spirit Soar. And then I'm also in a sax trio with obviously two other saxophones playing finale.
I'm also in our large group playing Let the Spirit Soar. And then I have a solo called Allegretto Fantasia by Mescal. And I'm also in a clarinet duet with Kendall Kovar playing La Joyeuse.
I'm in the mixed bass group and we play Seventh Symphony. And then I'm also in the mixed ensemble playing Let the Spirit Soar.
I'm in the mixed ensemble as well, playing Let the Spirit Soar and singing a duet and a small group of five.
I'm just in the trumpet ensemble for Hallelujah.
I'm in the mixed ensemble for Let the Spirit Soar and the trumpet ensemble for Hallelujah.
I'm in the bass group that's playing Seventh Symphony.
I'm in a duet with Logan Marlowe singing The Clouds, and I'm also in a soprano alto group.
Okay, awesome. Isabel, so how do you feel about your performance preparation so far, getting up, leading up to state now?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I wish we could, all get together more often, but we were always so busy with our schedules. But, having that region contest under our belts is definitely helpful.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely hard, for the larger groups. Everybody's busy at this time of year too, but practices are going well, and I think we all feel pretty ready for state.
We still have a few more weeks of practice coming up, and for our smaller groups, we have the Arts Expo coming up, which will help just get another performance under our belt too.
Yeah, I think practice has been good so far. Obviously, like some of the other people have said, it's been fairly busy, but we've got some practice time in during class and outside of class as well. So I thought we were well prepared for regionals and feel good heading to state.
Yeah, we're pretty well.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. We're definitely ready.
Yeah, sometimes practices are a little smaller and they go running a little short, but we still managed to get it in, and we did really good at regionals. So
Yeah, sometimes we can't get out all the members of the group there, but sometimes just a few members of the group are working.
I agree with everything, and even if it is just a few minutes of practice, everything counts.
Okay, good deal. Isabel, so I guess what do you guys hope to accomplish or achieve at the state level?
Well, the goal I think for maybe everybody is to at least receive a state star, which is like a superior rating. And I think we put so much effort and heart into the music that's all something we're kind of striving for.
Yeah, for sure. I think our large group mixed ensemble is definitely something we're really proud of. So hopefully we can get a star at the state, maybe outstanding performance.
Yeah, I think we're all definitely just striving for that star, so we're preparing.
Yeah, my freshman year, we received an outstanding performance with the larger mixed ensemble. So I definitely think this song has that potential as well for our mixed ensemble.
Yeah, I'm really cool.
I think just if we try our best, I think we're deserving of star for sure.
yeah, I think if we play how we've been playing in practices, I think it'll go really well for us. We'll get some stars.
It'll.
Yeah, I think we're all just, our biggest goal is getting a star.
Okay, before we get to the next question, I want to talk about who we got here. We should have done that in the beginning, but in the front row, we got Isabel, who's a senior here in Carrington. Sierra is a senior. Aubrey's a junior, and Molly's a junior. And that's from left to right. And then in the back row, we got Michaela, who's a junior. Then next to her is Ben, and all juniors in the back row, actually. And then Jacob, Connor, and Jillian. So thanks again for joining us here. And if you're in the back row, you might have to speak up a little bit louder, Michaela. So, so we can hear you and get everything. And Connor, we might have to have you move your head when you're talking, just so we can get your full face in there. So there we go. Okay. So Isabel, next question for you, and we'll just go down the line again. Of course, many of you, involved in a lot of different activities. So how do you balance, music and practices and other responsibilities, school, that kind of thing?
I think it really comes with treating it just like you would treat any other of our activities. I don't think like prioritizing. I think we can really balance everything if it's really something we're passionate about. And it's really not a chore to have to go to practice in the morning or during a year after school if you really like doing it.
I totally agree. I mean, all of us have busy schedules and different activities going on, but Mrs. Hobie has been really amazing at getting us all in for practices, early mornings for a lot of us with, sports practices after school. So, yeah, we just get it in, we fit it in.
Yeah, like definitely. I think it's something we all want to get the work in for because we all want to do well. So it's not a problem getting it in there.
Yeah, I agree with what everyone else has said. I think for me personally, I'm pretty sure I missed more days of school in March than I was actually here. So practice was kind of difficult in that sense, but before school practice really helps, especially if I'm just gone during the day and stuff like that. And yeah, definitely making it a priority. I think each of us in our groups care so much about it and don't want to let the next person down. So showing up when you're supposed to is definitely important.
Yeah, I agree. There's also some communication that you have to make sure everyone will be there.
Yeah, morning practice is definitely good for people who are in sports who can't do like after school.
Yeah, this year we were able to get outside pretty early, so we were able to schedule these band practices in the morning and get them in.
It's definitely hard to get practices in with everything else going on, but with the time during the school day, it definitely helps.
Yeah, like Isabel said, it's all about a balance and treating it with the same amount of attention as your normal sports or anything else.
Okay, awesome. What are you most excited about for state, Isabel?
Well, I've never gone to state, so I'm just excited to, experience something new and be around a lot of talented players and, just have fun listening to music.
I completely agree. It will also be my first time. I think I'm definitely looking forward to our large group ensemble, seeing how that goes. We make beautiful music together, so I just excited for that.
I don't think I have a favorite thing that I'm excited for, but I think just the whole day of state music overall is really fun, performing and listening to other people.
Yeah, I agree with what they said, and I think it'd be fun to see some other groups perform and actually get to see your competition from across the state that maybe you don't see at any other time throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm excited to go. This is my first year also, and just to see everyone else's.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see like our music from other directors' like views and like what they have to say about it.
This will be my second time going to state, and I'm really excited for it because last time it was really fun.
This is my first time going, and I'm excited to be with friends and listen to some great music.
This will be my second time going to state, and I'm just excited for the more experience and seeing everyone else.
And we should double check too. State is coming up April 26th. Is that correct?
No, May 3rd
Oh, May 3rd. Okay, so it's May 3rd, and where is that again?
in Bismarck, at Bismarck State College.
Okay, sounds good. All righty then. Maybe we should say or ask. I should ask how many years you've been in music, Isabel?
Well, I've been in high school band for 4 years, but I started in 5th grade, so 8 years.
Okay.
I also started in 5th grade, but kind of took a gap in between. So it's probably been like 5 years.
I also started in 5th grade, so it's been 7 straight years for me.
I started in fifth grade as well, and I've been playing for 7 straight years.
I started in fifth grade and took a break in 10th grade, but did join this year.
I started in sixth grade, so it's been about 7 or 8 good years.
I started in fifth grade and I've been playing for 7 years now.
I've also been playing for 7 years.
I like, well, singing, whatever, in choir since fifth grade, but I took a little break, so like 6 years, 5, 6 years.
Okay, good deal. Give us some long-term goals as a musician. And how does this, maybe the state competition kind of fit into that vision?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like going into college and everything. I'm not planning on like being in performing arts or anything like that. But I just think, holding music close to my heart and knowing like how much fun I had playing in high school and how it's really like helped me become a more like creative and bringing a vision to life. I think those skills I can carry on into my life, even if I'm still not playing my trumpet anymore.
I'm kind of the same pathway as Isabel. I guess I'm not really planning on continuing my music career into college, but I think there's skills that are definitely going to help me. Obviously, the creative side of that, sparking my imagination. Music, there's so many studies out there about how it, correlates with so many different things, especially studies. So I'm excited to see how that kind of transforms my college experience too.
Well, I'm hoping to possibly go into music in college, so I think learning all the things I can now on my instrument, and I also play the piano as well. So I think getting those skills in now and learning what I can before college is good.
Well, seeing as I still have one more year of high school band, I think that being involved in the regional small group contest and the state small group now is definitely beneficial in advancing my skills as a player, especially, throughout my high school years. I'm not planning to continue past high school, but I think that being in band helps to be well-rounded, which is something that I've always prioritized. And so I think band is just a great opportunity to broaden your horizons.
I'm thinking about going into music in college, and it will definitely help me. Wow.
I'm not pursuing a career in this, but I do this with like all my sports. I just want to like try my best, and even if it's not like good, I like to say I tried.
Yeah, I'm not planning into going into music right now, but I really like to play my trumpet sometimes after high school because I just really enjoy it.
The state competition is definitely going to be
Please report to the gym.
definitely going to be good to experience and possibly help for next year to maybe even do it even better.
I'm not planning on going into music while in college, but just keeping the experiences close and seeing it as a form of expression will always be an important thing to me.
Okay, awesome. That's all I have for you. Well, you guys did an awesome job, and I appreciate you coming on and talking about state music. And we wish you well and hope you bring some stars back to Carrington. So May 3rd in Bismarck at BSC. Is that correct? BSC?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about? Maybe anything on your mind or everything good?
Well, I think we're good. I think we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you bet. And good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, now we're glad to be joined by the speech team for the Carrington Cardinals, and they're on their way to the state speech meet. That'll be today and tomorrow at Mandan High School. So we got 3 speech students joining us here. So thanks for taking time and chatting with us. We want to get what you're all doing at speech and ask some questions, how you prepared and all that stuff. So we're glad to be joined by Rachel Bilo, 7th grader for Carrington. She's on your left, and then in the middle is Aubrey Trottier, a 7th grader, and then also Briley Carr, sophomore here in Carrington. So thanks again for joining us. And so Rachel, you're up first. We're going to ask questions to you, and then we're just going to go down the line, and everybody's going to answer. So Rachel, first off, I guess give us what competitions are you doing at state speech?
For state, I'm doing persuade and inform.
Okay. Aubrey?
I'm doing humorous and entertain.
Okay. And Briley?
I'm doing dramatic and entertain.
Okay, sounds good. So, Rachel, how long you been doing speech?
This is actually my first year.
Okay. Yep, go ahead, Aubrey.
This is my first year too.
Okay.
This is my 4th year.
Okay. I suppose 7th grade, that's the first year you can go out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, awesome. Good deal. Okay, so maybe talk about, since the beginning of the year, maybe how you've grown in your speech throughout the, since your first competition to now heading into state. And Rachel, we'll start with you.
With my first competition, I was kind of talking a little bit more faster, stumbling over my words a lot. So over time, I've gotten better on my time. I think my first time was like 6 minutes or so. And at the last one, I got 7:59, which is kind of good.
Okay.
I've improved most on my confidence. When I first started, I was very scared, the point of almost trembling. And now I could just go up and speak.
I've definitely refined my characters more and gotten closer to my time and like added more comedic timing, like more pauses and less words.
Okay, awesome. What do you want the judges and the audience to maybe remember most about your performance? Rachel, you're up first.
Well, with my persuade, I want them to understand that you should not forget Hestia, because she is one of the goddesses in Greek mythology that's kind of pushed into the background. And with my inform, I want them to understand like how wild and magical that Greek mythology is, because it's a really fun topic to learn about, in my opinion.
Okay.
I want them to remember my voices and my energy throughout my piece. And it's humor, so it should be funny.
Okay.
I want them to see like how much time I've really put into the piece and how much work I've done. And it's not just like the 8 minutes that I'm performing. I want them to see like how long it took to get the piece to be the way it is.
Okay, Rachel, how do you manage your nerves or stage fright before competitions?
I feel like probably doing one act before I start speech was really good for me, because I've always been kind of more confident type person, and doing one act helped me with my projection and stage fright. But when it comes to speech, I'll watch others go, and then like as I watch them, I see how they do it, and like I drink my water because that's the kind of good idea. Like I take deep breaths, and especially when I go up there, I breathe before I start.
Okay.
I usually take a deep breath and then say a little prayer in my head. Yeah.
I don't really get that much fright anymore. I mean, after 4 years, you kind of like nothing scares me in speech. But back in like 7th or 8th grade, I would like start shaking before, and breathing really helped me.
Okay, good deal. Rachel, personal goal for state.
My personal goal would probably be to do the best I can and just prove that I can do better next year.
My personal goal would be to at least place in both events or get top novice or something.
I would like to place in at least one of them.
Okay, awesome. What's the most challenging part of your piece and how do you tackle it?
In the beginning, there is this one spot where it starts out kind of awesome sounding, but then there's this one spot where the way I say it, I pause right before I say that sentence. And it never started with the word it, and it was just weird sounding. So every time I would say it, I would always add the word it after I paused.
Mine would be like getting the different voices and accents right, because I have to do multiple of them in one of my pieces.
I would say the same. In my dramatic, I have to keep like a very consistent accent throughout the whole piece, and it's like really hard not to lose it for that 8 minutes.
Okay, Rachel, what's your favorite part of speech, being on the speech team?
My favorite part would probably be the values we learn and my friends in the competition.
My favorite part would be just being able to take a break from school and work and being able to have fun with my friends.
I would say meeting new people. Like a couple years ago, I met one of my best friends ever in 8th grade, and she's still my friend to this day.
Okay, one final question before we let you go here, Rachel. Can you give us maybe a little peek or a little preview of what you're going to be performing for both your pieces at all, or?
Well, for my Inform, I titled it The Stories the Greeks Told. And the first line is fire wants to burn, water wants to flow, air wants to rise, earth wants to bind, chaos, chaos wants to devour. And then my Persuade, I'm trying to think. I titled it The Lost Goddess Hestia of the Hearth. And the last sentence before I end is let us not forget Hestia. The gentle goddess keeps fire burning and the family together.
Okay, so in my humorous, I have to do a Tanzanian accent, a weather girl, and just a very mean cop. So I'll just do the Tanzanian accent for you. This little booty is one of the most venomous snakes in all of Tanzania. One bite and you'd be writhing in agony for hours. Yeah, I'm supposed to be switching channels as I do it. So then for my entertain, it's about foster care. And there's 3 characters that I have to do. So I'll just do the mom. She's Southern. She goes, "Oh, you're finally here. I'm making you a Salisbury steak dinner. I just haven't had time to microwave it yet. But look, it comes with mashed potatoes and a vegetable." Yeah, so.
My 2 pieces, my entertain is a piece I wrote about the drive-in. I go through like the significance of why it's so important to me in the town and like all the different customers that walk in there. And my dramatic is about a driver's test, and the driver may or may not have escaped from an insane asylum, and she gets pulled over at the end. And yeah, Gail is the driver, and Margie is the driver's ed teacher. And that's the one I have to keep the voice throughout like the whole time. I went for like a Midwestern divorced 40-year-old type voice, if you could picture that. But yeah, I find that one really fun.
All right, well, awesome job, you guys. I appreciate you coming on, and we wish you well at the state speech meet there in Mandan High School today and tomorrow. I think you guys are leaving today. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and I suppose a lot of other teams from around the state. It should be pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks, Briley, Rachel, and Aubrey. We appreciate it, and once again, good luck, and thanks for joining us here. We always appreciate it, and wish you well.
Thank you.
First year head coach Winnie Weninger for the Carrington speech team joins us right now, and thanks for taking time and chatting with us. We appreciate it. And we want to talk about get to know the speech team for Carrington a little bit better here. So, your first year, so give us your overall thoughts. Now that you're heading into state, maybe first talk about your thoughts about the team and the season so far.
Yeah, so like you said, this is my first year coaching. When I was in high school, I did it for 4 years and really enjoyed it. So it's a little different being on the other end of it, doing all the logistics and everything. But yeah, so I wasn't the original speech coach. I got brought in at the beginning of this year. Usually they start a little sooner, 2-3 months before that. But the person that was originally contracted as the coach had everything already planned and scheduled out for me. I basically just get to practice with them, help critique them, and then take them to meets. So everything else, the logistical aspect was already taken care of for me, which I appreciated.
So talk about the season. When does it start? When does it start and when do you practice?
Yeah, so depending on how into it one wants to be, you can really start your season as soon as the season is done. You can start preparing for the next one. Because sometimes if you come in with that edge, you're more likely to qualify right off the bat. But for a lot of people, they don't really start until probably let's see, you guys go by quarters, so probably the second half of the year, so into the third quarter.
And how many meets do you have generally? It's like kind of every Saturday or every other Saturday, correct?
It depends on where at in the state we're able to travel to. So this year we just had 5. Um,
And take us through like a day at a meet. Like it's like a long day, right? Like a lot of stuff and a lot of kids out there, right?
yeah, so depending on how far away it is, we can have meets anywhere from 30 minutes away to around 2 hours away is kind of the range that we went with this year. Um, get up nice and early, get the school vehicle warmed up for the kids, and then typically leave anywhere between 5:30 and 7 a.m., depending on how far away we have to go. And, and then we get there, we register, we've already preset who will be doing what events. So that way they schedule it ahead of time. They find which is a little blue gorilla named Thallo. So if you've seen any pictures of the team in the newspaper, that's the little monkey that hangs out with them. They like having a little mascot to come along to the meets and cheer them on. So then they set up shop, and then they go and find their rooms, and then you go and practice by either performing for your teammates or talking to a wall is very common. You'll see that at most meets. Kids aren't going crazy. They just are preparing themselves for the people who are pretty stone-faced throughout. And then, yeah, and then they'll go and compete. They changed it. I don't know if that was a this year change or just with over the past 5 years or so. But instead of doing a first round and a second round, and if you do well enough during those, you'll break into finals, is the term that we use. Now they just have 3 rounds, and then those 3 rounds are cumulative. So then they base awards off of those 3 rounds and the standings in those.
Okay, good deal. So what grade can you start speed? I think it's 7th grade there and then through senior. And then, so how many members did you have out this year for Carrington speech?
Yep, you can start anywhere from 7th through 12th, which does make speech pretty interesting in that sense, that when they compete, it's not categorized by age, it's just categorized by event. So you could have Rachel or Aubrey going up against seniors from another town, which will be what'll be happening at state. Yeah. And then what was the second half of that question?
Oh, how many members did you have out this year for the speech team?
Yep. So we started with 4. Our 4th member, just due to scheduling conflicts, wouldn't have been able to attend state anyway. So luckily, all 3 of ours ended up qualifying at regionals. We didn't have any pre-qualifiers at the regular meets, but everyone ended up qualifying in both of their events at regionals, which is good. Another recent change over the couple of years that I've been gone, you're only allowed to compete in 2 events per meet, and then taking 2 to state has been pretty consistent for as long as I've been around.
Okay, awesome. And then one more question before we let you go. What's so far, year one, what's your favorite part of being a speech coach?
Um, I think my favorite part is being able to lend my expertise to these kids. Because when I competed in high school, I competed in all 14 events. Like I've at least tried all 14 events, typically multiple times. So I've got a pretty good understanding of how each event goes, even if it's not my strongest area. So it's been really fun to like show them that. Just like being able to share my knowledge with them, I think has been really fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And good luck at state at Mandan High School. And so is it kind of a 2-day event, or are you just taking off early to kind of get down there? And
Yeah, we're just taking off early to get down there. It'll
yeah.
start bright and early, pretty much tomorrow. So
Like anybody can show up, right? A fan, parent, whatever, and watch, right?
yep, anybody can come and watch. They'll start at 9:30 for the first rounds at Mandan High School. There are general rules if you're coming in to watch, but you can ask any student around there. They'll know just kind of the general respectful things like not talking during someone speaking or not getting up and leaving the room, but only doing that in between speakers. Just random small things like that. But like I said, any student there or any coach or judge will also be able to provide that kind of information if people do want to come watch.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks again, and good luck at state, and we wish you well. So,
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
yep, you bet. We'll see you later.
Okay, goodbye.